Hello. Today is Tuesday, July 7th, 2026. Here is your daily signal. According to Fortune, Donald Trump's disclosure of $2.2 billion in personal income for 2023 has ignited debate over the financial power and influence of a sitting president. Trump's extraordinary earnings mark a new era in presidential finance, amplifying concerns tied to the big player theory, the idea that powerful individuals with vast resources may directly shape markets and policy outcomes. His disclosure has drawn substantial attention from regulators and media following the 2024 filings, intensifying debate about wealth, transparency, and its impact on American politics. Reuters confirmed this $2.2 billion figure as detailed in the latest FEC filings, while Bloomberg analyzed the market disruption potential and Politico reviewed government and rival reactions. Major stakeholders include not only Donald Trump himself, but governing institutions like the Federal Election Commission and Department of Justice, and financial firms such as Deutsche Bank and Vornado Realty Trust, key players in Trump's business empire. In the near term, Trump's reported income is likely to heighten scrutiny of campaign finance and trigger calls for legislative reform. Media coverage and FEC responses may influence voter perceptions ahead of the 2026 midterm elections and shift political strategies. Medium term, the big player theory could drive new regulations and ethics oversight for presidential candidates, with increased demands for transparency affecting both campaign finance and broader political fundraising practices. Next, let's turn to the ongoing legal challenges in California's agricultural sector. According to Associated Press, a California farmer has been forced to give away tons of nectarines due to a legal dispute involving patents and exclusive rights over a white nectarine variety. California, as America's leading nectarine producer, has seen a surge in intellectual property issues since the Plant Variety Protection Act of 1970, especially for fruit crops developed by institutions like UC Davis and commercial growers. Recently, UC Davis filed a lawsuit against Sun World International, alleging unauthorized propagation of patented nectarine varieties. The California Growers Association responded with calls for tighter enforcement, and legal experts, including Foley and Lardner LLP, weighed in at a recent roundtable. Key stakeholders extend from UC Davis and Sun World International to DNA Plant Technology Corporation and grower associations, all deeply invested in genetic engineering and patent compliance. Near-term effects may include a freeze on licensing of new nectarine varieties during litigation, while a UC Davis victory could mean higher costs and stricter compliance for smaller growers. Medium-term, national policy shifts regarding agricultural patents may ripple through other fruit sectors. The market uncertainty driven by ongoing litigation is expected to dampen investment in nectarine breeding research as the farming community awaits resolution. Moving on, let's explore how artificial intelligence terminology is reshaping public engagement. TechCrunch reports that a flood of new terms and slang in artificial intelligence is creating barriers for the public, as complex jargon undermines understanding and slows adoption. AI terminology has expanded rapidly since milestone projects like GPT-3, sparking confusion and eroding trust in emerging technologies. A Stanford Human-Centered IHAI report, published July 6, 2026, found 72% of surveyed adults misunderstood core AI concepts such as neural network and generative model. MIT Technology Review revealed that Google DeepMind is planning workshops to clarify these terms after misunderstandings caused delays in NHS healthcare deployment. Institutions like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Microsoft, and Stanford HAI are at the forefront, alongside regulatory bodies such as the European Commission, whose recent draft guidelines aim to improve language transparency in tech communications. Dr. Melanie Mitchell and advocacy groups emphasize the importance of plain language to enhance public trust and facilitate AI adoption. The immediate consequence of persistent jargon is slowed implementation in critical sectors, including healthcare, potentially affecting patient outcomes and disrupting workflows. Looking ahead, regulators may mandate easier-to-understand communications, and failure to clarify language could limit AI tool use in finance, education, and transport. Conversely, improved clarity will accelerate innovation and broaden accessibility across diverse communities. Now, onto the markets. International markets saw mostly positive moves, with Italy up 0.84% and Spain gaining 1.04%. The Netherlands advanced sharply by 1.87%. Belgium, however, declined 1.39%, while China large cap jumped 1.82%. Japan led Asian performance with a rise of 2.29%, and India rose 0.64%, followed closely by Taiwan at 2.30%. Commodities were mostly higher, with gold rising 1.06% and silver surging 1.98%. U.S. oil edged up 0.36%, while platinum posted a modest gain of 0.75%. Agriculture saw strong returns with DPA up 2.99%, carbon climbing 2.05%, and corn up 3.49%. Copper rose 1.47%, gas increased 1.12%, and uranium moved 1.50% higher. Lithium edged down by 0.47%. In favorites, AMD climbed notably by 6.61% and Axon advanced 4.24%. Microsoft slipped 0.96%, while Oracle rose 2.49%. Nvidia and Amazon were nearly flat, while Intel gained 1.54%. S&P 500 rose 0.87%. Semiconductors rallied 2.68%, finance added 0.93%, agriculture gained 0.65%, and clean energy jumped 3.51%. Healthcare dipped by 1.09%, real estate slipped 0.87%, and transportation was little changed. That's it for today. You can find more news and details on our website. Goodbye.